You guys noticed I didn't really do a title crawl for this one. I just wanted to be a bit jokey. Spoilers for the entire movie. Don't freaking get onto this movie. Okay, as a standalone film, I loved it. Okay, it was really good. I walked out of the theater pleased. And I don't get why people are not liking it. I think it's just the new thing to hate Star Wars. And I get, oh my god. So, Star Wars. This movie, for a film, looking at it as a film, not connected to anything else, it is phenomenal. Adding characters, and then the character development could have been a bit more. You could have had a bit more moments, rather than just constant pace going. But as a standalone film, it is fine. As a conclusion to this trilogy, kind of iffy, but after the clusterfuck of the last one, I don't blame them. The last film kind of felt like its own story, which kind of ruined it. But this film alone was perfectly fine. Okay? I need to make another video talking about how people are being hypocritical when they're judging these films. Like, a lot of people say that the biggest problem with the last film, or this film, was that it doesn't feel like it needs to be made after the last film felt like it concluded perfectly fine. If you don't remember, Empire Strikes Back felt like it concluded perfectly fine to me. Like, I don't know if that's everybody else, but it felt like that too. Anyways, but as a conclusion to all the movies, I think it works well. I think it works phenomenally well. It's... After watching some reviews, I want to make it my second favorite Star Wars movie. Right behind... what was my first? Right behind Revenge of the Sith. I really like Revenge of the Sith. And I want to make this number 1. I want to make this number 2, but I don't know. This movie, I liked how this movie kept me interested. It may be because I was in a theater rather than in my own home, but I felt interested the whole time. There were talking scenes like in the previous movies, but it didn't feel like a drag. You know, there is one plot that occasionally split into less of 2 plots, but more of just 1.5. And I loved it for that. The plot was, the guy's got to get the MacGuffin. Oh, there's a little bit of a roadblock. Let's jump over this roadblock. Okay, now we're back on track. Oh, no, wait. Bit of a roadblock again. Shoot, the whole thing's gone. Shit's hit the fan. We got to fix this quick. Everything's going wrong. We got to do this, and we did it. I don't think it's I think people are going to compare this to Avengers Endgame, which is not what you should be doing. This is not comparable to Avengers Endgame, and that's an unfair comparison. Some people would say that it's trying to be its own Avengers Endgame, but I feel like it isn't. I feel like it's just trying to be a Revenge of the Sith. It's trying to be Return of the Jedi. Trying to be the epic conclusion. And it's a perfectly fine film. It's perfectly fine. Like, I don't know what you guys are hating about this. A bit more characterization could be fine. Problems I had with the film. Let's get this out of the way, because everything other than this I freaking loved. The problems I had was Leia's death scene kind of came out of nowhere. I get why, so I don't, because, rest in peace Carrie Fisher. But it did kind of come out of nowhere. It was important to the plot, and I like how they did make it important rather than it just, oh, by the way, Leia's dead. Oh, she is? Oh, that sucks. It did kind of just like, oh, yeah, Leia. Oh, she's dead now. Oh, but I did like how they try to make the best of it. Like, make it important to the plot. At first, while watching the movie, I was like, the constant flip-flopping between Rey, I was like, what the heck is going on? Okay, the twist with Rey being Palpatine obviously wasn't there at the beginning, but I'm perfectly fine with it. It does kind of match how Palpatines and Skywalkers have been connected this whole time, and I'll get to the ending in a minute. So I do kind of like that. Ben in this movie was really weird. It's like, I loved him, but then he went good. His redemption was kind of iffy, but believable. That makes sense. The scene with Han Solo was beautiful. Probably the best scene in the movie. It was amazing hearing the "Hey kid." I'm like, that was probably the only part I didn't get teary at, but I wanted to. Like, oh man, it's because I have a bias towards Han Solo, of course. But man, that felt great. I'm just thinking about the scene, sorry. So, okay, and then another ending part that I didn't like was the kiss. There was no build up to that at all. There was no romantic tension, but I got more of a brother-sister vibe between that. So then when they kissed, it was weird. I was like, what are they doing? What? This wasn't deserved. I would get it if it was deserved more, but there was no romantic tension. It was, I want you to be on the dark side. I'll never be on the dark side. I just want to kill him. Oh, well, we could kill him together. Oh. Okay. It's like, you should be kissing him? A hug would have been fine. I think it would have been cool, like really, really cool, if they ended up killing Rey sooner, and then Ben got the final kill against. It would have just been more poetic. I like poetry in my Star Wars movies. I like it to rhyme. If the Skywalker killed the Palpatine, that would have been phenomenal. Phenomenal. Rey's dead. She sacrificed herself. Phenomenal. But no, they just went the easy route and killed off Ben. I feel like this movie could have been so much more. Let me check this. Cool beans. I feel like this movie could have just been more if they just went for it. I don't know. Finn was fine. I don't know. One scene I really wanted in the film, and I almost got it, was I kind of got it. Was a scene where all the Force ghosts come in. Not all the Jedi, just Ben Kenobi, Anakin Skywalker, Luke, and Yoda. Just those four. At the end of the movie, they could have walked out, and then Luke could have looked around like, oh, look at that. I'm a Force ghost now. Isn't that funny? I would have never seen myself here. Like, it made some kind of... I know people hate quips in movies. I don't know why. They're fine. But if he would have looked around and gave that look like, oh my god, look, I'm one of you guys now. That would have been perfect. And they kind of did it with all the Force ghosts talking. I really need to watch a in-depth analysis of all the Force. I heard Samuel L. Jackson. I heard Anakin, which... That felt good. Hearing Anakin's voice, I was like, oh, that felt really good. That short little burst was so amazing. I heard Samuel L. Jackson. I heard Ahsoka in there. I heard that Ahsoka was in there. I didn't hear her, which is really cool. That scene where all the Force ghosts are talking to her, that is cool. So yeah, this movie... And then when she says she's a Skywalker, I'm fine with that. A lot of people are upset about that, apparently. But when you think about it, she attached herself to Luke. Luke was her master. She attached herself to Leia. That's what this movie is showing. And I'm fine with her being her going by a Skywalker. That's what the Rise is. Her. The Rise is her. Of course, the titles are always subjective, so I'm not going to say I'm right, you're wrong. But I'm right, you're wrong. The Rise is her. This movie is just a really good movie, and it's a really good ending. Not the perfect ending. Okay, I still like Revenge of the Sith more. Is it nostalgic bias? I don't know if you guys can see the poster over there, but yes, it's total nostalgic bias. But suck it. This movie was good. If you like Star Wars, go see this. You will find something to enjoy here. I don't like watching reviews on this movie because it makes me hate it. It makes me hate it. I can go on a whole rant on this. But this movie, right behind Revenge of the Sith, is my second favorite movie of Star Wars. I don't care what you say. Eat it. Suck on my ding-dong. Suck on my lightsaber, baby. Second best Star Wars movie is Rise of the Skywalker. Perfect ending. Not perfect. Not perfect. The kiss was weird. What was that about? There's no sexual tension between them at all. Where did that come from? There's a lot of good in this movie, okay? There's a lot of good. Rey was really off when I'm first watching it, but the offness helps it. Palpatine was kind of boring, actually. I really liked him more in the prequels. Palpatine could have been a way better character. But just him being there is amazing. Okay? Star Wars going into the lore bits of it is amazing. I know people are like, oh, it's like a fan fiction. All of Star Wars is a motherfucking fan fiction. Everything is a fan fiction. Literally. I know... Okay, let me think of a movie everybody loves. Empire Strikes Back. They go to a place called Cloud motherfucking City. Cloud City. And the thing about characters, I'm adding characters. They add characters all the time in Star Wars. Jabba the Hutt was only introduced in the original trilogy film, and y'all were fine with that. And he barely had a role in the first act. Y'all were fine with that. I hate you people. Star Wars fans suck. I said it. I'm a normie. I don't care. This movie was good. Second, my next video is going to be me ranking them all, and I'll make another update about Reviewish. This was a good movie. You guys are wrong. Thank you guys for watching. Reviewish series over. Jeez, I hate you people. I love this movie, and I hate you people. Thank you guys for watching. Video. Why did I salute? This was a good movie. I don't care what you say. This was a good movie. It was good.
The Force will be with you.